So in this recording, we will see how we can create a hierarchical multi-agent systems with the agent development kit, Google's agent development kit. So this is the documentation here. I'll also highlight a defect or an issue that I found out. I'll highlight that as also. But the agent hierarchy, it works like this. So it's a foundation for structuring multi-agent system, like a parent-child relationship, right? Defined. So base agent is the base class. When you create LLM agent, you'll see that it actually inherits from a base agent, right? But that is not the purpose of our recording today, not to go into how the base agent is created. I probably will do a separate recording on this, but here we'll see how we create that hierarchical workflow. So establishing hierarchy, you create a tree structure by passing a list of agent instances to the sub-agent's argument, right? So if you see, when I'll create a LLM agent, this will be the parent agent, and under sub-agents, I'll give two agents. Um, and ADK automatically sets the parent agent attribute on each child agent during initialization. Single parent rule, an agent instance can only be added as a sub-agent once. Attempting to assign a second parent will result in a value error, right? And we can navigate the hierarchy using this, using agent.parent agent. And actually, we can find the descendants using agent.subagent, right? We'll see that as also. Let's go to the code and we'll see where it works, where it breaks. Right. So first, let's start with, let me, this is, okay, this will be required later on. Okay. So let me work through the code, right? So I am using OpenAI GPT-4o, and in ADK, the natively it is integrated with Gemini, but if you want to use a different model, you'll need to use light LLM, right? So I created a light LLM abstraction on this GPT-4o model. So I'm building a tutor app. Basically, if somebody asks a math question, it will call a math agent. If somebody asks a physics question, it will go to the physics agent. So I gave the app name as tutor app. This is the user ID. This is my session. Ideally, like this, I'm not creating a production-based production grade application here. It's just to show how it works. Ideally, this session ID and all, you'll have to have some mechanism to create a session ID for every new chat session or a conversational thread that you start, right? And the user ID probably will come from your LDAP, right? And when you go to production, or each conversational app or a workflow or a multi-agent system, you'll have an app name, right? Then I create the session service. I use the in-memory session service. There are other type of session services in my previous recordings. I briefly touched upon that, right? But for this, we'll create the in-memory session service. And then I'm creating a session for this thread, for this particular conversation, with the app name, user ID, and the session ID that I hard-coded it here, right? Then I'm creating the math agent. This is the LLM agent, which inherits from base agent. Name math, description handles math question. The model, the light LLM abstraction of GPT-4o is what I'm giving it. Instruction is you answer only math question. The same way, I created physics agent, right? And then in the uh, coordinator agent or the supervisor agent, which is also an instance of LLM agent, I gave it a name. I probably can change it. I took it from another example in ADK documentation. So let me change it to tutor coordinator, right? Then this is the model. Then I'm saying instruction route user request, use math agent for math question, physics agent for physics questions. And it is that the description would be tutor main, I'll say main tutor router, right? So allow transfer, like it's like delegate, like transfer agent, right? It's it's actually implicit even if you don't do, if you do sub agents, right? This is implicit. It will uh, do the transfer agent to the particular sub agent, right? And this is where I mentioned the sub agents, math agent and the physics agent, right? Then if I want to now, let's say, so in other orchestrations, right, I can create a diagram uh, of the workflow or the multi-agent system, right? Here I have not seen it, but these are two functions through which I think we can um, custom build that visualization, right? So this function gives me who is the parent agent is, right? And this sub agents. When I ran it earlier, like, so it says parent agent is none. So I actually I'm not sure why this is not working. I am still trying to find out. So I did coordinator dot parent agent, right? Um, so I'm not sure like why it says none, although I created the parent agent. I still need to do some uh, uh, what do you call it, like exploration, but this one is now not giving me the parent agent name, right? But the sub agent did give me the sub agent name when I did sub agents. Here I'll try one thing. So let's say I do root agent. Let's see if root agent gives me something. Um, these are some of the exploration that I do whenever a new um, orchestration framework or new framework comes in, right? It's sometimes the documents are not very good enough. So let's see what it does now, whether it gives me the root agent. Right now, I'm not executing it. I'm just, because for executing me, okay. So it is actually root agent is what I need to give, right? Then only I get the parent agent. It's not the parent agent. Then I need to open a defect on this as well then, because the documentation says parent agent, right? Okay. So I was not executing it. To execute it, you need to create a runner, right? So I create a runner, right? Where the agent is the root agent or the supervisor agent, app name, the session service that I have created, right? And this is where I created this one. I took it from the documentation itself. This is where you will have your the multi-agent, the agent call logic, right? Where you will pass the content. Now it follows a two-way protocol, right? In a two-way protocol, whenever you need to pass a message in the system, right, you need to pass it like using parts, right? The content is the object which uh, wraps the message. So the role is user, and the part is a query that I'm passing, right? And I'm initializing the final response text here. Now, ADK is an event loop. When I execute it, it actually is running an event loop. And for each, so I'm also looping it here. And I'm saying when I do a run async, that means when I run the runner, right? So this is the runner I created, right? When I run async, it is actually running an event loop. And I keep on checking if I have the event, the final event, which has the final response, right? Um, so if it has a final response, then I see if it has a content or a content is a part, right? Then I take the text part for that content and then print it, right? And return the final response text. Now to execute this call agent sync, I created this def run conversation result equal to, and this is where I'll give my question, right? I could have made it more conversational instead of just hard coding it, but I'm lazy. And here I'll show you a defect that I have raised. So if I give a single intent question to it, it works. Like if I say, what is Pythagoras theorem, right? And I call the agent async this one, it will work. Let me uncomment this. Let me uncomment this also so that we can see what it responds, right? So let me run it. Actually, I'll change the name. It's not actually sequential agent. Actually, it's a hierarchical agent. Sequential agent is another already a component there in an ADK. Next exploration I'm going to do is on the sequential agent, but this is a hierarchical agent using sub agent, right? So if you see, it actually gave me the so this is where final event true. So this is the final event, right? Okay. Result. So result is, so I said final result, right? Final result, right? So I got the answer here. Pythagoras theorem as a fundamental principle. It gave me the answer, right? I was able to catch it, right? Now let me give it a multi-intent uh, question. What is reflection? This will fail. So what I have seen is that it is able to understand that there are two function calls, but in the code, I have not seen any way where it is handling multi-function calls, right? So here now it needs to call both the subagents because I'm asking a question from maths as well as a, oops, now it worked. How? Uh, okay. I think it actually, the same math agent is giving me the answer, is it? Because it was failing. Parent agent description. Okay. It was failing just before this. Let me say refraction. Let's see what it does. It was not able to handle multi-intent, right? So if I have to uh, agent response, refraction is bending of light. So it was failing earlier, but now what it is doing is it's not answering the Pythagoras theorem. It is answering the refraction theorem. I'll show you what error I was getting earlier. Um, so, okay, this was another error I was getting, right? If you use the latest version of Light LLM, you will get a no module named enterprise. You'll have to degrade one version of Light LLM, make it work. But the issue that I was getting, which I mentioned here, okay, so I go by author, right? So, multi-tool, right? So this was the error that I was getting, right? So if you see here, so I put a lot of print statements there. So there I was asking what is Pythagoras theorem and what is reflection. It was giving me this error. The following tool call ID did not have response message, right? I was able to see here that the function call, if I go here with the function call, where did I print the function call? Okay, not here. Okay, so this, okay, sorry, this one I only attached the error. I did not attach my uh, the print statements, right? But this is the error I was getting, but now I see it changed, and this is what bothers me when we don't have controlled flow engineering, right? I now do not know, like just by looking at it, it's like why it is answering only one question, why not the other one, right? So it is so much abstracted. Now I'll have to go into each of the abstracted layer and find out what the error is, right? But definitely it is not giving me all the answers. It is giving me only the last answer. So I'll investigate this, and when I find it out, I will let you all know. But if any one of you find out what the problem is, I would be interested to know as well. Thank you.